Hi folks, Byron Chaves, Lake Fork Guide, here on a cold fall day. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about fishing a 10XD and having the right equipment for fishing these big baits. Today, we got the Okuma Tournament Concept Power Crank Rod. It's a 711 rod paired up with the Helios XX 6/6 to gear ratio. Today I've got paired up on 15 fluorocarbon line. And today, we got fairly clear water conditions. There's 3 10XDs that I typically like to use. My personal favorite is a white with a black back. It's just a gizzard shad. It's a good imitation. It's a more natural presentation. If I have a little bit of dingier water, I'm gonna maybe go to the chartreuse blue, which is a real popular one around here, even with clear water. Another one that I like to fish during this time of year, this is called the Barfish. We got Barfish in Lake Fork. They can range anywhere from 3 inches to 5 inches, 6 inches in size on a big one. So this is a real good imitation. If you come across some barfish this time of year, typically you're gonna find them on row beds, humps. When you're looking at them on the graph, they're gonna be a little more scattered, not balled up like shad. So you can most of the time tell if they're barfish down there. And when we see barfish down there, we're gonna throw this imitation down there. Seems to work very well. So today, what we're doing is we're fishing a hump. This set up behind us here, and I am upwind of this hump. So the reason I want to be upwind is because I'm going to cast behind me, and I don't want to cast into the wind. I want to cast with the wind so I can get the maximum distance on my crankbait. This hump is in about 20 feet of water, so I'm going to position the boat probably 30 feet away from that hump, so I'm casting beyond the hump so I can get my bait down to the hump at its max depth, so my bait's at the right place at the right time. So I'm gonna make that long cast. Goes out there a long ways. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna crank down and give it a little pull, get that bait started. I'm gonna crank pretty hard, get that bait where it needs to be. And once it's where it needs to be, just gonna slow roll that bait down there. I'm waiting to feel that bottom, and I just wanna tick that bait on the bottom. I don't wanna drive it real fast, so I'm gonna go fairly slow. We got 57-degree water, the water's cold, so these fish just want kind of a slower presentation. Now, if I feel any resistance, I'm not gonna just set the hook, because there's a good possibility in Lake Fork, as you can see behind me, there's a lot of wood. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna kind of lean into that bait and just kind of make sure when I lean into it, I'm pushing those hooks into that fish. Now, if I feel it pull back, then I know it's a fish, and I might drive it a little bit harder. But like I say, if you just feel anything and you set that hook, there's a good possibility you could be setting a $15 bait into a tree, and the odds of getting it back are a little unlikely. That's tips and tricks fishing a 10XD on Lake Fork. If you want more information, tips and tricks, visit okumafishingusa.com.